My name is Christopher Sforza, and I'm the Quality Control Supervisor at American Diagnostic Corporation. On a daily basis, I communicate with the suppliers on any non-conforming materials, and I work with our quality assurance on resolving customer complaint issues. I joined ADC in 1999. I was hired on a softball field at Belmont State Park. Chris Amato, who is still here and is our receiving supervisor, was working with one guy at the time. He was expecting his first son, and Chris said, hey, we need somebody over the summer while my guy is going to be on paternity leave. And I said, well, I could work there, yeah. He goes, yeah, you work hard, you're a good kid, you show up every day. And that was basically how I got hired. So my grandfather worked here. If I'm remembering the story correctly, he was hired by Mark over the phone. He worked in our shipping department, and he had spent so much time trying to find jobs after World War II that by the time he was hired here, he was kind of up in his age. And Mark took a gamble on him, which really paid off, because he worked here, my brother worked here, my sister worked here, and I'm still here. One story about my grandfather and the company: he was working here in shipping, and at that time we didn't have all the conveyor belts. It was a very physical job, so for an older gentleman it was taxing on him. So one day he didn't feel well, and Mark found out about the fact that he wasn't doing well physically, had an ambulance called, and he told my brother, who was in shipping at the time, listen, go with your grandfather, make sure he's okay. Got him into the hospital right away. And I remember thinking it was weird that my brother went. He wasn't going, though, as an ADC employee. Mark just felt like Michael, my brother, needed to go to be with him, and it was just an understanding of family comes first. Everything else will work out. And that was probably my introduction to, in business, you still have to make sure that family comes first. What I enjoy the most about working at ADC is that when I come to work, I have the opportunity to learn something new. A lot of places, I feel like they don't really allow you to develop. ADC gives you the ability to do what you want to do as far as learn and get the job done. And your development is kind of in your own hands. So I could work from being a receiving clerk back in 1999 to a shipping clerk to a production clerk, all the way to a night shift assistant supervisor, to a service supervisor, to a quality control supervisor over 24 years. What has changed here at ADC? The products overall, almost none of the products have really remained exactly the same, which is pretty interesting to watch. The people probably haven't changed. Some of the best people we have here are still here, and that's just really a testament to how good Mark and Neil ownership is. So I have one memorable story from a customer when I was working in service, because I was also the service supervisor for a few years. And he was a Russian gentleman who was trying to get his mercury sphygmomanometer calibrated. And nobody could understand what he was saying because he was Russian accent. But I got on the phone with him, which wasn't typical of the service supervisor, and I just tried to work with him a little bit, and my all-Italian accent and his Russian accent, and we just kept talking until we figured it out, and we worked it out until he was satisfied and I was satisfied, and we were both okay, good. My favorite ADC product has to be the 320 shear, because it is in my toolboxes and all over my house. They seem to find their way into my home, and they don't die. They continue to work, which really is a testament to how good of a product it is. I think ADC is still here after 40 years because of the people who work here and have continued to work here for, I've been here for 24, and there's a handful of people who have been here longer. when you have that group of people, core people who work together for so long, the company, no matter what it sells, will continue to function and continue to work for the customers and the users that they serve.